like to do a little tutorial on the chords of Autumn Leaves. It's normally done in E minor or G major. It switches between the two keys, I think. But Eric Clapton did his version in B minor, and it's quite a nice version. So if you want to play along with Eric Clapton, then these chords should fit properly. So so I'll play a little bit of it just so you know what I'm talking about. So that's the A section. Well, I'll get to the B section in a minute, but the neat thing about this song is that it's a cycle of fourths, which means that the interval between any two chords is 4, which really doesn't really mean much. But if you count backwards from the chord that you're playing, the one preceding it is actually the 5 of that chord. So it's always a 5-1, 5-1, 5-1 sort of thing throughout the whole A section. The B section's a little different, but it has that in it as well. So it's kind of a cool structure, because in Western music that 5-1 is the resolution, it's the defining thing of all of Western music. So what are the chords? So the very first chord is a B minor, although it's quite a transitional chord. You'll find that every second chord in the song is kind of a transition. So if we start on a B minor, it's a walk up, and it goes to an E minor 7. The melody note is up here on the G string, though. The E string, the G on the E string. So I usually play the E minor 7 with my pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string as well. Then it goes to an A7, which is simple, and then a D major 7. And so a D major 7, whenever you have a major 7th chord, if you find a root and drop it down 1 fret, then you can then it'll be a major 7th, as long as you have another root somewhere. So for example, a D, this is a D, and so if you just drop it down, all you have to do is bar the first 3. So that's a D major 7th, and then you have the D down here to ring through as the root. So anyway, A7, D major 7th. Then it goes to a G major 7th. Same thing here. So if you play a G, this is another G up here, so you can just drop that down. That's kind of hard to do. So I just usually put my index on the 2nd fret of the 1st string and my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And there's a G major 7th. From there it goes to a C sharp minor 7 flat 5. So these diminished chords, you should really learn them with a root on the 5th string or a root on the 6th string. You should learn those patterns. In any case, the pattern for the root on the 5th string is, so in this case it's a C sharp, so 5th string, 4th fret, that's the C sharp, that's the root. And then it goes 4, 5, 4, 5. And in this case you can play the top E. It sounds good with it. So 4, 5, 4, 5. That's a diminished chord or a half diminished chord. C sharp minor 7 flat 5. They're not very common in major keys, but because it's the 7th of the scale, and that's really not used very much in Western music in major keys. But in minor keys, it's actually the 2 of the scale. So, and 2-5-1s in jazz are really common. So you should learn that. And then the next one, in this case, it's a 2-5-1. So the next one is a F sharp 7, which is just like an E7 moved up 2 frets. And if you're strumming, You can't really, you just have to get those 4 middle ones. If you're playing with your fingers like I do, then that's no problem. So again, that's a C sharp minor 7 flat 5 down to an F sharp 7th. So there's a little transitional thing that you can do there too. So C sharp minor 7 flat 5, and if you just move your index and second finger down to take up that E chord position and leave your third and fourth fingers where they are. I'm not sure what that chord is. Somebody can probably tell me. But it's quite nice. And then you drop the third finger down 1 fret to assume that E position. Moved up 2 frets, but that E chord shape. So the sound goes like this. And then you hear that wants to resolve, right? That wants to go back to the root, which is B minor. So those are the chords in the A section. Let me do it one more time quickly. So B minor, E minor 7, A7, D major 7, G major 7, C sharp minor 7 flat 5, F sharp 7, B minor. Now the B section, which goes, since you went away, the days grow long. Anyway, it starts in a B minor again. It goes up to a C sharp minor 7 flat 5, as we saw before. Back down to that F sharp 7th, and back to a B minor. So that's a 1, 2, 5, 1 if you want to count the chords. B minor, there's the 2, 5, 1. And then it repeats that, although it doesn't, well, it goes like this. B minor 7, C sharp minor 7 flat 5. But now, the surprising thing is it goes to an A7 here. And then back to the D major, and then it repeats from the A section. So let me say that again. B minor 7, or B minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5, F sharp 7, B minor, and then B minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5, A7, D major 7, G major 7, C sharp minor 7 flat 5, F sharp minor, or F sharp major, F sharp to B minor. So that's the B section. So the whole thing. Sorry about that screw up there, but anyway, I hope that helps.